become the youngest ever UFC champion. It's been an honor to watch you become the heavyweight champion, and I can't wait to see you again. Welcome back, and congratulations on achieving your goal.
Last thing.
The greatest of all time, ladies and gentlemen, Jon Jones!
Jon Jones is an anomaly in more ways than one.
I have found myself and had to catch myself when explaining how good Jon Jones is. I have began to say that he was chosen by God.
Over the course of his illustrious career, Jones has demonstrated an uncanny resistance to failure. Considering who he is in his lifestyle, he should not be where he is today.
You have to question everything he's ever accomplished now, because this is back-to-back. Normally, if a guy tests positive, Dana, it's a year, it's 4 years, it's 5 years. Not the very next fight after he comes back off of suspension.
When you think of a mixed martial artist, you think of a role model, a respectful, classy, and good-natured individual. Then you look at Jon Jones, and he is the very authenticist of all that, as the man himself will tell you.
I don't want to sit up here and make promises and say that I'm going to be a saint, because I'm a wild motherfucker at the end of the day.
And yet, it's 2023 and Jon Jones is the most beloved hero in the sport of mixed martial arts. You shouldn't be able to do this, but he keeps doing it.
Jon Jones is one of the most gifted fighters that I've ever met, maybe the most gifted fighter that I've ever met.
But then why, Dana?
I don't know. Only he can answer that question.
Jon Jones has dispatched of sorrow, gone in a matter of seconds. The villain of the story is once again at the top of the MMA world, this time hailed as a hero.
¿Cómo se va?
For now, let's jump into the story of UFC 285, another domination by Jon Jones, and for a guy who seemed to have tarnished his legacy to the point of no return, he still makes it look effortlessly easy. In 2008, 21-year-old Jon Jones made his UFC debut. He was an undefeated prospect, touted as one of the new generation fighters. For his first few fights, Jones did well, demonstrating sufficient skill set and raw potential. It was this fight against Brandon Vera where we realized that this 22-year-old wasn't just a prospect, he was a phenom within a few short years of his debut. Jon Jones captured the light heavyweight championship. From renowned fighter, he went on to debilitate, destroy, and demolish. This 24-year-old was not just a phenom, he was the one. Jon Jones was the epitome of a mixed martial artist, talented, skillful, but most importantly, he was devoted to.
Now to the latest on the investigation to Jon Bones Jones.
Jon Bones Jones finds himself in some trouble.
Don't wreck the Bentley. Don't wreck the Bentley.
As his professional career took off, his personal life began to unravel, and a lot of the discord bled into his UFC career. Suddenly, Jon Jones became the biggest heel in the company. He was disrespectful, impulsive, and even borderline sociopathic. MMA fans hoped that one day, the light heavyweight champion would be given his due consequences. And yet he kept on winning the lead up to the second Daniel Cormier fight was a roller coaster of emotion for MMA fans, with the majority still booing DC at the UFC 197 presser for fighting a coked-up Jon Jones. I guess.
As I address these people in here, I haven't wrecked my vehicle. I haven't been suspended. You cheer this guy for saying he's not going to do these things anymore, but you boo me. Thank you.
But then, the UFC 200 incident happened, and fight fans started to realize there was a common denominator, and his name was Jon Jones. He was vilified and hated by a large majority of MMA fans for the UFC 200 debacle and his failed drug test Cormier. The champion was the fan favorite, and there was a lot of hope riding on his shoulders. Jones had made a mockery of the sport with the drug test failure and his chaotic personality, and was upon DC an active champion ambassador to serve justice. The supervillain of MMA was going to get what was coming to him.
Jon Jones is back, and he is the new UFC light heavyweight champion.
As soon as the head kick crumbled Cormier, the gears were reduced to whispers, and it was Jon Jones who was hailed as a hero of the night. Despite entering the Octagon to a shower of boos, nobody was talking about his field drug test and his antics outside the UFC. All that mattered was that Jon Jones, despite his chaotic lifestyle and disrespectful attitude, was the winner. He wrote history that night.
I feel like the best is yet to come. You know, at age 30, I feel like I'm in my physical and mental prime.
Despite this impressive victory over an all-time great in Cormier, the trouble continued for Jon Jones in a second reign as a champion. Jones fell into regression, and after a controversial fight with Dominic Reyes, he vacated the light heavyweight title and returned to the sidelines. The next few years, Jon Jones became public enemy #1 with his constant demands and Twitter outburst. Jon Jones was just looking for the perfect fight. They said he was terrified of Francis Ngannou. He knew his end was near. He could no longer pulse. They said all that and for a period of time. It didn't look like Jon Jones would never fight again, but in January of 2023, 3 years removed from his last fight, the former 205-pound champion announced that he would be returning, this time to the heavyweight division. The guy to welcome him was Cyril Gane, a freak of nature.
He's a big, powerful, badass heavyweight who moves like a middleweight. This kid's super talented.
35 years old, regressing past his prime and rusty, this was definitely the end for Jon Jones. Gane was the first guy in over a decade to open up as a favorite to win. A loss here would crumble everything around Jon Jones, and all accusation against him over the years would come true. One loss, and Jon Jones would be nothing more than a pet-abusing, entitled past this prime weight bully. But on fight night, Jon Jones did what he always does. The pressure was immense and his legacy depended on the fight. And so within the first round, the former light heavyweight champion finished the most impressive heavyweight on the roster. He came back after a 3-year layoff, finished the #1 heavyweight in 2 minutes. Just like that, Jon Jones was the hero who wrote history. Winners write history and define the narrative, always have and always will, and so Jon Jones keeps rewriting history time and time again. That is an enormous feat, and it speaks volume of just how special this guy really is, as he has done it numerous times over the course of his career. Biggest villain MMA has ever seen, the ultimate boss of the game has gone undefeated long enough. He has become a hero. Jon Jones may not fit the mold of a traditional mixed martial artist. The reality is the guy is a superb combatant, possibly the best of all time. Inside the cage, he's the ultimate winner, and it all flows from there. Hope you enjoy. So if you like this video, then you can like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.